Good morning, everybody. It is live chat time. I'll just give everybody a little bit of time to get in, and I'm just going to refresh up my computer screen so everything is working. If you could just post down below or give me a thumbs up to tell me whether you can hear me and see me, that would be awesome. We've got lots and lots and lots of stuff to cover today, so some exciting announcements and things that are happening over on the blog and YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just give me a thumbs up if you can see this. If not, comment below to let me know that I'm on. It looks like I am from what I can see at my end. So yeah, we'll give it a couple of seconds for a few people to get in. And we can get started. So grab a cuppa, give me a thumbs up, tell me where you're watching from, because I'd really like to know that, because we've got so many people from all over the world in the group. So yeah, I would really like to know where you're all from. I can see Becky's on. She's just made a comment. So yeah, my computer is playing nice today, which is great. Hi Leah, how are you going? Good to see you in here. Hope everything's going well. You're getting ready for the retreat, I hope. Alrighty, so it's just gone 10 o'clock and 7 o'clock for most of the people in America, as far as I'm aware. Maybe a couple of different time zones there. So basically, I am just going to introduce myself because we've got a lot of new people that have joined the group in the last week. So my name's Nicole Reid, and I own and operate a small patchwork long arm quilting store here in Kingaroy in Queensland, Australia. I have been quilting for quite some time now, around almost 9 years now, I think it is. I'd have to sit down and have a bit of a think about that, but yeah, it's about 9 years I've been quilting for, and I've been crafting since I was a young kid. So that's a little bit about me. And I'd also like to say thank you so much to all the lovely people that have been sending support emails and everything. Hi Sarah, how are you going? Support emails into my inbox. It's lovely to know that you appreciate everything that's happening, and you're enjoying your time here in our group, and you're getting the support that you need. Like, it wasn't just about how much support that you were giving me, but it was how much support that you were receiving from the group in general. So thank you so much for that feedback. I really do appreciate it. Hi Susie, how are you going? So yeah, so basically I love waking up and even going to bed. I receive emails from you, and hi Linda. And just, yeah, it's been really good, the support and the encouragement that you've been giving me. I'm feeling the love, and I hope that most of you are feeling the love as well. If you haven't been active in the group, get active. There are so many friendly, lovely people. Hi Mary, you found us, that's great. Yeah, so there's some lovely, lovely people here, some of which I've known for a few years now online. I've never actually met them in person, and I can honestly say they are a great group of women, and they will give you the love and support and encouragement that you need with your patchworking, especially if you're new to patchworking. I did have a inbox from a lady saying that she was in another group and she was so happy that she had found us, because she is getting that encouragement, she is feeling the love. So thank you to everybody that's making this community what it is. I really, really do appreciate you being so active. So there's a few other things that I wanted to talk about today. One is Show and Tell Monday is starting up again on the 5th of February. I think I've got my dates right. Can you correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah? And there's a few changes that are happening over on the blog, and my YouTube channel is becoming more regular now. So there's some of the things that I want to cover, and basically I'll start with what's happening over on the blog. Yes, cool, I'm correct. So that's Show and Tell starting on the 5th of February for everybody, and I'll cover a bit more of that a little bit later. But first of all, I'm going to cover what's happening over on the blog. Now, you would have noticed that some changes have happened over there. Mainly the biggest one is the bookshop that I'm adding there. Now, that is to keep the postage down for everybody. It is both Kindle and also hard copies. And basically what they are going to be, because I don't have the space here to store all those books that I love and love sharing and whatnot. And they're mostly crafting books. They're books that I have used over time, books that I love, and things like that. So basically what I'm doing is I'm putting up, there'll be an image of the book, you click on the image and it'll scoot you over to Amazon and you will be able to purchase the book from there. Every book that I've put up there says that it does ship here to Kingaroy, so anybody in Kingaroy that wants to purchase a hard copy can, or you can get it on Kindle. Now, if you're not in the United States and you want to get the Kindle one, it will bring you back to us, Amazon Australia. As long as you've got an account, it'll bring you back to your account page anyway, and it'll bring that book up that you can get on Kindle. So that's just a little bit of an explanation on that. It is a work in progress at the moment. I am getting as many books up there as I can. I'm searching for some books that aren't necessarily new books, like they have been released in the last 2 years. Some of these books are from a few years ago, so I'm trying to find some of those books so you can see what the books that I've read over the years that have helped me with my long arm quilting, my patchwork piecing, and just crafting in general. So yeah, keep an eye on that. I will make an announcement for that probably mid-February. It should be up and running. It is a bit, as I said, it is very much a work in progress. So if you've got any questions about that, just pop them into the chat below and I'll try to get to them, and hopefully I've explained that okay for you so you sort of understand what's going on. So when you go into the page, you'll see the images and there'll be a little prompt beside the image that says click image to purchase, and it's just going to take you to Amazon. That's where it's going to take you. And there's a few other places that I may have affiliate links for, and yeah, so just something different on the blog. You would have also noticed that I have managed to work out how to change code for the website. Hi Mary, how you going? You finally found us. Yeah, sorry about that. I did post a reply to your comment, but I'm not sure that you've seen it before I came on. So back to the blog, that you would have noticed in the right hand corner there is some social media icons, and there's also the email subscribe. So if you want to receive our newsletter and you want to receive the monthly calendar for the YouTube scheduling and the Facebook Lives scheduling, hit your email into that, and then basically you'll get a welcome, which we've tested, and thank you to Karen and Linda for testing that for me, and Beck as well. Basically what happens is you put your email in and then you will instantly get a thank you for subscribing, and then about 24 hours later you get another one prompting you to go and join our online communities, whether that be with Google Plus or here on Facebook or on YouTube. Preferably if you're on all three, it'd be great if you joined all three. The Google Plus community is just a community at this point. I just share my blog posts in there. So pretty much what you're seeing here anyway. It's just another outlet because there are a lot of people that aren't actually on Facebook. So I just wanted to give them that outlet as well. So if you click any of those social media icons in that corner, that will take you directly to the landing page for each of those social media, which will be Instagram, Google+, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, and I think that's it. There's 6 of them. Hi, Biz. How you going? Yeah, so Leah says, yes, I subscribed and that's what happened. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know, Leah. I really appreciate that. Now, I also sent out my first newsletter, which had the February scheduling in it as well. So I received mine. I did it. I included mine in the email out, and I received mine. Beck received hers, and she got a test one, so she actually got 2. I spammed her a little bit. So if I have spammed you, I am very sorry, because I'm actually, and Sarah, you got your newsletter. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. If you do get multiple emails, can you just let me know, because I am actually only just learning how to use MailChimp. With the guidance from a few people. Morning, Paula, from a few people in another group. So excellent. Thank you, Linda, for letting me know that you received yours as well. Excellent. So yeah, that's the email, and the social media icons will take you to the landing page. I too subscribed and have connected through Instagram, Facebook, and I get the newsletter. Excellent. Excellent, Mary. I'm glad that you're getting everything. That's good. As I said, I'm learning on the fly, and it makes it a little bit difficult. So I have been asking a few people privately if they could just help me out, and I really do appreciate all your help. I'm pretty much doing this on my own and trying to learn it. I do get help from other people as well. There's a couple of groups that I'm in, and they've been helping me as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And hopefully some of them are here today watching. If not, they can catch me on the replay anyway. Alrighty, so that's pretty much what's happened on the blog this week. And if anything, hi Valerie, if anything happens, any more happens over there, or there's any changes, I'll let you know. There is a shop tab there as well, and I'm linking my Etsy shop to that one. I do ship worldwide, but the pricing for shipping can be a little bit expensive for some people. So I am trying to sort of find some of the yeah, Beck's saying that's what she's there for tech support, and I do appreciate it, Beck. I don't know where I'd be. Hi Ellen, and happy birthday for the other day, and happy birthday while I remember to Paula Bowie. Happy birthday, hun. And if anybody else is having a birthday today, happy birthday to you too. I'm so happy that you're here, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, so Beck has been helping me a lot in the background with tech support, and so I'm really, really happy that things are working for everybody, and you've been letting me know here in the chat today. It's awesome. Thank you so much. So back to the shop. Basically, I'll have my Etsy store up there, and then I will be putting some links of some of my favorite products that for people that find it a little bit too expensive to get stuff shipped from Australia to the US. So when I find those links, I will put that under the shop tab as well on my blog, and I will let you know whether that be in DD's Quilting Supplies Facebook group, and if you haven't joined that group, I'll link that up in the description after the live chat, so you can find that. And basically all I do is when new stuff comes into my store, it's not a hard selling group or anything like that. When anything new comes into the store, or I find an affiliate link that is the same as something in my store for people that are in the Northern Hemisphere that buy from Amazon, there'll be also a link there for you in the description, so you can buy there as well. And that'll just make it a little bit easier on the hip pocket, because I'm all about saving money. I hate spending money on postage. It's my pet peeve. So yeah. Alrighty. So if anybody's got any questions, are you going to sell violet crumbles? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't do confectionery, Sarah. I'll have to just send you some. Sarah, for those that don't know, Sarah loves violet crumbles, and they're very hard to get in the US. So every now and again, I have to send some over to her, and I think it's going to be every 6 months. I might have to send you over a little care package from Australia, Sarah. That's so funny. Okay, so you would have seen a post this week go up from Sarah on what the topic is for show and tell. I am going to do up a little logo for Sarah, so she can basically, when she puts up the topic, she can put up the little logo, so you can keep an eye out for that, because not everybody reads every post, and I understand that. So I will have a graphic for you to see. So it will be called DD's Show and Tell Monday topic will be on it. And then if for those that were on yesterday and were commenting in that thread, you would have seen our new we've got a new logo for our show and tell. It's basically DD Show and Tell Monday. It's your time to shine. So when you see that, you will see my video next to that. And then you basically, as Sarah explained in her post, you will basically comment under that thread. Now, that does one or two things. It keeps that thread active, and every time someone comments, it will come back up to the top of the page, so you won't have to search for it. And also it keeps it neat and tidy, so people that are posting blogs, their blocks or posting what they're working on, or anything like that. I missed that comment, Mary. Can you repeat that, please? Yeah, so anything like that you're posting, whether you're working on something from the YouTube channel, or you're working on something else from another designer, or you're working on the block of the month, then you can post that just freely. You don't need to post that underneath my video on a Monday. And everything else gets, everything else will just, for Show and Tell Monday, will get posted under that image, under that photo and video. Now, the Australia and UK, they are, okay, FYI friends, you can copy the URL from the live stream and post it into your newsfeed up to our audience for Nicole. If you can do that, I just did. Okay, thank you, Mary. Thanks for that. Thanks for letting everybody know. You can also, there is also a share button, so you can actually invite people in and you can share it off to your personal page as well. So, but thank you for that as well. Okay, so back to Show and Tell. On Monday mornings, generally, actually it's around about lunchtime that I post it up, sometimes in the afternoon. I basically, whatever the topic is, I do that. And there usually is a video explaining what you've got to do, especially for this one that's coming up, because that's all written. So I will put up the first comment, and then everybody else can comment underneath that. So basically, if we all comment underneath that image or video, it keeps it all neat and tidy. And no one's work is going to get lost or anything like that. Can non-members join the live chat? Yeah, as far as I know, they can, because it is actually a public group at the moment, and we're actually going to talk about that a little bit later. Because we're doing the Show and Tell, which is what I'm talking about right now, I want to just touch on the group being a public group. Now, oh, hey, Samara, how you going? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so basically, with the live chat, Australian and UK members will actually be posting first. Because it will be Sunday in the US. So what we're asking everybody in the US to do is just to wait until your Monday. And that keeps the post quite active. And you can comment right up to the Saturday. Every Wednesday, Sarah will actually put up a new topic. Okay, and then that way I have, and everybody has a little bit of time to think about that topic. Some of the topics are hilarious. Like, you really have to join in. And I used to love waking up. I would put up my post. There was a couple of other Aussies in the other group that we were in, and they would put up their comments. Elizabeth Sawyer from the UK would put up, because she was in the other group, "Hey Mari, how you going?" She would put up her comment, and then we'd be sitting there waiting, and I would wake up on a Tuesday morning and I would be absolutely wetting myself laughing because of all the comments that had gone up from the US the night while I was sleeping, basically. So it was a lovely way to wake up. And it just started the day off really good. Like, you were just happy, you were thinking about the topics and just having a really good laugh. So if you've never participated before, you were in the other group and now you're here in this group as well. If you've never participated, please do participate. If you're new to this concept of show and tell and having a topic, it's great fun. Please join in. You'll have a blast. And don't be shy. We are not here to criticize each other. We are not judging one another. And if you are not sure, if you're about to make a comment, if you are not sure, refer to the pin post. And it's rule number 1, be kind. So if I have missed anything, Sarah and I will cover that over the next couple of days. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Mary? Like, we used to really, really had a lot of fun with it. So I'm really glad that Sarah was on board with it when I asked her. And yeah, she has taken the bull by the horns and she is riding that bull, and we're all ready to start on the 5th of February. All right, so if you've got any questions about the show and tell, just pop them below and I or Sarah will endeavour to answer them after the live chat. But that's the nuts and bolts of it, ladies and gentlemen. It's basically, we get a topic, we comment in the one thread, and it just, yes, and you do learn a lot, Linda. We do learn a lot from that. We learnt quite a bit last year from different topics, and about each other as well. And I think it makes the, It makes the community and what we're trying to build here just that little bit nicer, that little bit friendlier, because you get to know people just not for their crafting. You get to know them about their families, like, you know, what they do on vacation or something along those lines, you know, just little tidbits that make all the difference to a community. So if you, as I said, if you've never done it before, don't be shy, get in there, make a comment. This first one is hilarious. Sarah did touch on about actually typing it out, because if we were in person and we were doing it, we'd actually have to say it all. So do type it out. It's part of the fun, and it's quite funny because everybody races to be the first one, so they don't have to comment everything. But yeah, give it a go. Have a great time with it. If you've got any questions, leave them in the chat here, and Sarah and I will endeavour to get to them tonight, if not a little bit later on. Alrighty, so there was some questions that I got in inbox about sharing on the page, different projects that aren't on the DD's YouTube channel. Okay, so we are very much a new group, and we're all working on different things. We are not just making the block of the month. So I would love to see what you're working on, and as would everybody else. Just so you know, you would have noticed that in the last couple of days that I wake up in the morning, and then in the morning there's a couple of, I go looking for blocks that have been put up, posts and questions and stuff like that. So anything that's relevant to DDs, I will actually bump that up the page. And for people that don't know what bumping is, you'll either see me put a smiley face in it. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for joining. I'll put a smiley face in it, or I'll put a dot in it, or I might put an FYI in the comments, and different things like that, or a love heart or something along those lines. And I bump them all up the page. Or I might actually put the word bump. Sarah uses the word bump a lot with the show and tell. So if you see the word bump, that's all it is. We're just bumping that post up the page. Okay. Now, what that does is actually pushes everybody else's stuff down the page. So if you have put something up there from, I don't know, I think Rebecca, is it you that's making all the 52 states or the 50 states? Or I'm not too sure. I read the post where you put up Maryland today. I think it was that block with the like those tiny little squares. Oh my God, he's complained about. Everybody was complaining about the 1 1/4. Did you see what Rebecca was doing with that Maryland block? How tiny those blocks were. Kudos to you, hun. Awesome job on that block. It was awesome. And if you haven't seen it, go looking for it. It is amazing. So yeah, I will in the mornings actually bump up the DD posts. So that will be anything from block of the month, the boxes, tomorrow's tutorial that's going up, and other things like blog posts and stuff like that. Any information, the live chat. So that makes it easier for the newer people here to find everything, and because there's a lot to take in, so that'll make it easier for them to find those posts. It's not that I'm discouraging you from sharing what you're working on. I want you to share. I love to see what you're working on. I love that you want to share with us and you feel comfortable enough to share with us. Yeah, so it's not that, that's not my intention. It's just so people can find the block of the month, the things that I've put on the channel. So do keep sharing. There's been some bags that have gone up. There's been Rebecca's Maryland block, which I was in awe of. And there's been a few other things as well. I think there's been some scrap bins and different things that people have been working on. So please do share. The other thing that I want to, I just want to touch on as well with the sharing, if you are working, because this is a public group at the moment, if you are working on a present for someone, so whether it be for a birthday present or for a baby shower or anything like that, don't post those pictures, because this is actually public group. So people on your news feed, if you've commented on something, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to see what you've posted, as, like when you put a post there. So if you put a post of a quilt that you're working on for a baby shower or something like that, then yeah, I would be a bit reluctant to post that up. But we're going to cover the public versus closed in just a second. So I'm not sure if Beverly's on today. I haven't seen her name pop up yet. But Beverly, you asked me a question about a scant 1/4 inch for your foot. If you're talking about your singer, your best bet would be to go and see the people at Dewdrop Inn in Hervey Bay, because that's where you live. And they'll be able to help you out. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what machine you brought from me. I think it was the Quantum one that came with all the feet, and I'm not 100% sure if that came with a 1/4 inch foot or not. So if you go in and see the people at Dewdrop Inn, they're lovely. They know that they sell Singer sewing machines, and they'll be able to get you one, and that'll save you $8.50 on postage, hun. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that your machine came with a 1/4 inch foot, because it came with a whole heap of feet when I sold that to you, because it was a special that we had going. So yeah, Beverly, if you can just let me know in the inbox or even in the chat here when you see it, if you did get a 1/4 inch foot, and if you can just flick me a picture of what it looked like, because I'll be able to tell you whether it's a scant one or not, or whether it's just a regular 1/4 inch. And if it is, my suggestion would be just go see Dewdrop Inn. They'll be able to help you out, because they sell Singer sewing machines and other stuff as well. Alrighty, so that's all I just wanted to cover on that for Beverly. Now, I was super proud of Sarah this week. Instead of taking the easy route with her block of the month, she decided to set up her Juki. She has 2 Jukis. One has a scant 1/4 inch foot on it, and I think that's the 2010 you were referring to. And then she has another one that doesn't have a scant 1/4 inch, and she set up her machine with the scant 1/4 inch. So I was just wondering what, if you can just comment below, did anybody else use that video that I put up on YouTube to set their scant 1/4 inch? And if you did, how did you go? I'd really love to know the feedback on that. You can either leave a comment here, or you can leave it over on the video itself. Alrighty, so I'm ticking my list off. Yeah, I can't control the rubbish truck going past Beck, sorry. My bin's emptied now though. Alrighty, for those that don't know, my store is at my house. So, excellent, Tamara. Thank you very much for letting me know. My house has a veranda off the front, and my husband and I have closed that in, and this is where my studio is. So I don't actually have a huge studio. I have quite a long studio, and I'm sitting right up the other end at the moment. I have windows at each end, and then you can see behind me here, this is closed in, so I can stick my quilts up and everything. And it's a really hard toughened perspex that they use for roofing here in Australia. So oh, Susie, yes, my 1/4 inch was actually 3/8 all these years. Well, I'm glad that it's helped you out. You might find that your piecing now will be a lot better too. Okay, so this is a clear plastic. So that lets all the light in, and that's how we closed it up, because we are actually living in a house that is over 100 years old now. It's one of the original farmhouses that were here in Kingaroy, we were told by the real estate. Yeah, it's laser light, and they use, that's right, Cheryl, that's what they call it. It's laser light, and they use it for roofing and stuff, usually on back decks and stuff like that, so it lets light in. And then I've got windows at either end, and I am sitting right up the other end in the class section, which you probably would have seen a picture this week go up. But this is where my studio is, and I'll see if I can turn my camera without making you sick. But you can see there, it's quite long. It's about, I don't know, it'd probably be around about 10 meters long, maybe a bit longer, maybe 13, 14. But it fits my big long, arm in, which is down near the fabric. And you can see I just have a small area, and you can see the desk as well. Yeah, so basically this is where I work. So you often hear and you'll probably hear it because Thursday is our rubbish day, and you will actually probably hear the garbage truck go past. Alrighty, so yeah, that's basically where I work every day, and it's just at the front of the house, and that way I can be home for the kids, and little Em's in there watching some TV at the moment, behaving herself. Considering she's very, very quiet, I'm guessing that she's getting up to no good. But no, she's fine. So yeah, so I'm glad that everybody's using that video to sort out their scant quarter inch, and it's interesting to see that a few people have had different results and stuff like that with their piecing. So I really do want to hear about that. Okay, so I'm just going through my questions that I had here. Okay, so we have been doing our blocks now for almost 3 weeks. We've got another week before the second one goes up. I'm working on it this weekend. Linda has already done hers and tested it for me, and they work out beautifully. They're gorgeous blocks, and it's a lot not as scary as the first one. So now that you have done the first one and you enjoyed that, this one will be, I tried to mix it up a bit. So 1 month I'll give you something a little bit difficult, and then the next month I'll give you something a little bit easier. So I try to mix it up for you so you're not in that constant state of stressing that you're not going to be able to do it. I promise you, you can do it. I'm here to help you, and so are many other people. But I would really love you to start sharing a bit, sharing your blocks a bit more. I know that a couple of people have made them because I've seen them comment, but they actually haven't put a picture up. So I would really love to see your pictures. And while we're talking about sharing, if everybody would be so kind, and you don't have to, it's not mandatory, but if you're really enjoying this group and you know some of your crafty friends that would like to join in the fun, please do. Share the group with them, let them know that we're here, tell them what's going on and all that sort of stuff, and let's get the word out there that we've got an awesome group that is thriving and is active. And yeah, so basically yeah, just get out there and share it, whether it be my YouTube channel or this group or my blog. I would just love if you would share that stuff for me. And while we're talking about people being shy about posting their blocks up and everything like that, yes, Beck's doing her block tomorrow night because Beck is extremely new to patchworking, and so I'm going to help her through doing the block here because she's a little bit worried about the cutting and whatnot. And Beck lives 1 street away from me, and we have Friday night sewing here at DD's once a fortnight, so she's coming along to the sit and sew, and I'm going to help her through her block. But I am, just so you know, Beck, you are going to have to read the pattern. I'm a big stickler for reading the pattern so you understand what you're reading. So be warned, I will make you read the pattern. Yeah, so people are posting up their blocks, which is fantastic, and some people are sitting in the background and not posting up their blocks. I just want to tell you that if you've had a go, share it. It's awesome that you've had a go. If you are new to patchworking, just share it. Ask questions. I would love to see it, and so would everybody else. And my motto is, you know, finished is better than perfection. So if you're finished your block and it's not perfect, I'm not here to judge you, and nor is anybody else. But we would love to see your creation. And we've seen some amazing blocks come out of people playing around with the placement, adding a splash of colour in, and you never know, you might be doing something that is going to appeal to someone and they would love to see it. So please do share it. And as I said, finished is better than perfection. Alrighty, so we've covered the social media icons, the what's on, and the email subscription. For those that have just joined us, we now have an email subscribing tab on our blog, so you can actually enter your email in there and you will get the newsletter. Okay, so that's that one. Now, the scheduling for the other thing that I wanted to touch on is the scheduling for YouTube. Now, I do have a young family. For those that are new here, I do have a young family, so sometimes it might get a little bit jumbled up. But I have nutted out pretty much a schedule that I'm going to try and stick to for the foreseeable future. Friday, a new craft goes up every week. So that will be either, like tomorrow is a yarn monogram. Then the following week, the second week of every month will be the block of the month. That is stock standard, so that will definitely go up. And then we have, I introduced last week, I think it was, or the week before, I introduced Tips and Tricks Tuesday. So basically, every second Tuesday, I will post up a new tip or trick that I think will maybe help with your piecing or help with your quilting or anything like that. Any sort of tip that that I put up. It has its own playlist on there, so if that's what you're actually looking for, you can go to the YouTube channel. It has its playlist. You can hit on that tips and tricks and it'll have all of them there. They'll be all in one spot for you. You won't have to search my channel. And that is also the same for the block of the month. I have put a playlist and it actually is labeled block of the month 2018. So yeah, so basically, you just need to find that playlist and that's where it is. And that will just save you having to scroll through videos. I'm also, for Facebook scheduling as well, we have, hi Lisa, how you going? Glad you're here. For Facebook scheduling every Wednesday, and that will be Sarah's Wednesday. Sorry, Little M's decided she's coming out. She's being very sheepish about it because she knows she's not allowed out here. Okay, so Sarah's Wednesday, which is Southern Hemisphere's Thursday, a new topic for the show and tell will go up. Every Monday will be the show and tell, and every Thursday, time permitting, I will endeavour to do a live chat, and I will move them around a bit. So they won't always be at this time. Sometimes I might do them at 6 p.m. for people here in the Southern Hemisphere, or I might do them at 10 p.m. For people in the UK. So I'm going to try and mix them up as much as possible. The earliest I will do it is 10 a.m. here in Australia, and the latest will be 10 p.m. In Australia. And they are on Thursday, Australian time. And I always try to put the link in there for you so you can work out the time. But I'm about 15 hours behind most people, I think. And over time, you'll get used to it. And I'm going to try and keep them at those times. So if you can't join me at this particular time, which was 10 a.m. here in Queensland, you might be able to join me for the 6 p.m. one here in Queensland. So if I get them all over the place, there'll be no real scheduling. I'll be all over the place as well. So I just thought if I get some structure to it, that will make it easier. So if you can't make it to one, you might be able to make it to another. And some of them will be an hour, some will be half an hour, some might only be 15 minutes because there's not much to talk about, not much has happened. But that's what I'm going to do. Now, during the week from last, which was quite funny, last week I showed a bag, and a few people asked on the page and also in the inbox whether or not I was going to do it as a video or a sew-along or a subscription base or a paid pattern or anything like that. Basically, I am looking at doing subscription base. I'm trying to, it's a hard one because I've got to work out what's going to work for everybody. So I'm trying to work out whether I should go with Patreon or whether I should maybe do you pay for the pattern and then you get a link to a private YouTube or something like that, and then you have access to them. The problem with that is then people can share the link, so then people end up getting it for nothing, and then others have paid. So, and I'm also looking at a website. So it is very fluid in the background at the moment with what is happening with that sort of stuff. I am seriously gearing towards two options. One is a website and the other one is Patreon. I'm looking at them more and more. Patreon has a maximum subscription fee of $5 a month. So you can, it's got a 3-tier system. So you can pay $1 a month and you get so much content. You pay, I think it's $3. The next tier is $3 and you get so much, you get the dollar plus a little bit extra, and then for the $5 a month, that makes you a superstar, and then basically you get everything that's put up there. So the $1, the $3, and the $5. So, and then there'll be different projects. So basically your $1 one might be, for hypothetically speaking, might be just a zipper pouch or a crafty item or something like that. The next one might be, you know, those, and then you've got an extra sew along, and then, you know, the $5 subscription might be a few different items a month and stuff like that. So I'm looking into that at the moment, and I'm hoping that that might be our solution to it. Problem is, once you stop paying that subscription, you don't have access. So that's, I'm sort of in two minds. So I'm umming and ahhing at the moment, and just doing the sums and trying to make it more, a lot better for other people, like for people, you know, maybe the sewing retreat is the way to go, where we do an online sewing retreat where you pay a fee, and then, did you just photobomb Mia? Cheeky. So yeah, so basically, yeah, that's what I'm sort of looking in at the moment, but I will keep you posted. I'll keep you posted in the live chat. And the one thing that I am looking at doing, things are like sew-alongs, for bags, quilt row by row. We're doing a row by row, a test here in the in store, and basically I think it'll be a really good one. They're quite popular. It's basically you work on one block and you do it for a row. So there's some of the things that I'm looking at doing for that sort of stuff. So yeah, does anybody have any sort of questions or even suggestions of which way that they would like it to go? If you can put them in the comments, I can have a look at them a bit later. Or if you've got any suggestions of places that does that show in Patreon? Okay, so Patreon is it's video based. Okay, if this is the question that you're asking, Lisa. Okay, so Patreon is video based. It's geared towards creators, so such as people like myself, and musicians and artists and all that sort of stuff. And basically what you do is you pay a fee each month. And this is just my basic understanding of it, because I've only just really started researching it. So basically, you pay a subscription, and there's 3 teas. There's a $1 tea, a $3 or a $5 tea. I'm still trying to work out whether that's just their standard issue, or whether you create the tier and pricing and stuff like that. Don't jump around. Don't touch that, please. Yes, yes, Mima. There she is. Hello, Mima. I'll just show you. There she is. She's just sitting down the other end. Hello. She's popped in to say hi. Say hello. Say have a good day. Hi. Are you having a good day? Yes, that's your hair. Okay. Alrighty. Say bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Off you go. Go sit on your chair. No, not this chair. That one there. That's it. The one you won't fall off. Good job. Okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, so there are 3 tiers. So there's $1, $3, and $5. So that's sort of my understanding at the moment. I'm not sure whether I set the price or whether that's what Patreon has set the price at. As I said, I'm still looking at what the pricing and stuff like that, and trying to wrap my head around how it uses. But basically, you log in, and you can go and have a look at Patreon. And just Google it; it'll bring the website up. And basically, you can go and have a look, and you can't see anybody's content. So you actually have to pay that subscription to see anybody's content. Now, from what I understand is that as long as you're paying that, you have access to that content. If you stop paying that, excuse me, then you don't have access to that content. That's the only thing I don't like about that. Yeah, well, that's another thing that I'm looking at too. biz is basically actually doing a video series of, you know, just me making it, and then you guys going in and going through step by step, like each step of the pattern being done, and yeah, and then actually selling the pattern. So that is another option that I'm doing as well, and just using YouTube, and then that way you don't lose access to it, and that's what I'm sort of I'm leaning towards that sort of thing, but I'm also wanting to look seriously at Patreon as well, because there are those few people that only want to come in and do a couple of things and then that's it. They don't want to do anything else, so they're happy to just do it. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking at the moment. Alrighty. So, yeah, once I've got all that information, I'll be able to, I'll be able to give you that information on what I'm going to do. But in saying that, that bag I am doing at the retreat here at the Bunya Mountains, and yeah, and basically I won't be releasing the pattern or the videos or anything like that until after I've done that retreat, because yeah, that's the only fair way I can go. One of the podcasts uses Patreon and they are on YouTube. And on the tiers they draw for prize with each one. Oh, okay, yep, okay, I get what you're saying. So yeah, there's another lady that I was following. I can't even think. Darlene, someone. I came across her when I was starting to get into the YouTube thing, and yeah, I came across her and she moved over to Patreon as another outlet. Sorry about that. My neighbour's just come home and she always has to toot the horn. I don't get it, but she does that. Announcing that she's home, I guess. I'm not too sure. Yeah, so I went over and had a look at what her Patreon is and whatnot, and that's sort of how I found out about it. And yeah, and basically it's a work in progress. From what I can see, it's relatively new, and there was a bit of a hiccup at the end of last year, and that's sort of another thing that's sort of putting me off. And she's leaving now and she'll probably toot again. So yeah, so basically I'm just looking into everything at the moment, but as soon as I know anything, ladies, I will definitely let you know. Alrighty, so tomorrow we have the release of our new crafting item is going up for, geez, a hive of activity out there this morning. Our new crafty item's going up tomorrow, our yarn letter monogram. So in celebration of that I actually I had a neighbour who did that, but then he died. I forgot how annoying it was. I don't miss that. No, I won't miss it either, I can assure you. So yeah, it's full on. Like every time she comes home, she's just there. She'd probably be able to hear me. So yeah, because I talk very loudly. So yeah, every time she comes home, she toots the horn. It just cracks me up. And it's a bit hard when you're doing live chats like this, because obviously you guys hear it too. So yeah. So anyway, we have the new crafting video go up. It's not quilting and it's not a sewing item. It is using yarn and some recycled material, so that is just about ready to go, and it goes live tomorrow. So in celebration of that, I thought I would have a giveaway today. So if everybody can post their name down below and also enter their email into the subscription, they can enter it, and I'm going to leave it open until tomorrow night, and I will post up who the winner is. But we have this little pack of, can you see that? Oh, they're so tiny. They're only about 2 inches high, and they're little mini yarns, and they come in different colors. So they're perfect for the thing that we're doing tomorrow. So that's our giveaway. So if you leave your name down the bottom, and also go over and put your email into the blog, which I'll link up the top for you, so you can find that pretty easy. Yeah, you can go in the draw for this. So cute. They're super cute. Like, the girls see them and they just love them. So yeah, awesome. Lisa, if you go over to our blog and just enter your email into the subscribe tab at the top right hand side of the blog, you'll be able to get our newsletter, and that'll give you the scheduling and everything. That if you've already subscribed, that's okay, just leave your name here because I'm going to do both. So that's fine, Sarah. Yeah, so that's just, if you haven't put your email address in, go scoot over, that'll be an entry. And if you've already put your email in, put your name down below here. And I'm not sure if you've subscribed, because some people have only put their email address in and not their name. Also, if you put your date of birth in as well, there should be a spot there for you to put your date of birth in. If you put that in, you'll get something a little special that when your birthday rolls around. So yeah, yep, you've already subscribed, Linda. That's great, awesome. I can see someone stealing them. Are you talking about Savannah and my crafting stuff, Beck? My daughter Savannah loves taking my stuff. She comes out here and she just helps herself. And yeah, so anyway, alrighty. So has anybody got any more questions? Hey Murray, thanks. Good on your back. Excellent. Murray, if you haven't subscribed to the email list yet, head over to the blog and enter your email in. If you could leave your name so I can see it too when you put your, some people don't put their names in and that makes it a little bit hard. Okay, a really good iron. All right, yes, I did see that, Sarah. Sorry, I almost forgot about that. Cheryl, the link for the blog will be on the pinned post. It's on, and I will also link it up at the top of this video once we're finished. Yeah, okay, so a good iron. Heavy iron is most, if you can't afford to go out and get an ironing press, I would suggest going and feeling, like when you go to buy an iron, get one that's got a little bit of weight into it. I think, was it Kathleen that put up that t-shirt press that she got and that she uses? I don't know about that. Like, I have never used a t-shirt press before, but I have used it, you know, your ironing presses that you get from Singer, Elna, they all have them. I don't actually have a press at this point. I am looking into Singer, I think it's I'll have to link it up for you. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, Sarah. But yeah, I have used ironing presses and stuff like that before of other people's. I just haven't had the room up until now to have one. So yeah, that is actually on the top of my list. I'm back to work today, so that's on my top of my list to get. Basically, it's just an ironing press. I've used Elna ones. I've used other brands as well. I think that there's all different sorts out there, but it's, you know, the old ironing presses that you used to get. And basically, yeah, you just put your Teflon sheet down and you just, which you can get for like applique sheets and stuff like that, that you can use as well. And you just push it down and it presses it really well. Short, if you a shorter space, because they are a large, they take up a fair chunk of space, I would probably look at getting an iron that's got a little bit of weight to it. At the moment, I just use a cheap iron that Linda Edwards bought for me. I think she bought it about 6 months ago for me, and it was just a cheap iron from Woolworths, and basically it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's not too heavy, and it presses fine. And I just hold it there, and the clapper, I will get my clapper, is another thing that I use. Alrighty, so this is an applique sheet, okay? It's what I use when I'm doing applique, and Beck used this a lot during the holidays because we did a lot of appliquing, okay? So that's, and it's, yeah, it's just about 12-inch square roughly, and it just goes on top of your fabric, and it just stops the burning, and it feels like plastic, but it doesn't melt or anything like that. It's a really good product, and I have that sitting on my ironing board all the time, okay? And for those that don't know what a clapper is, it is a tailor's tool that is used for making pleats. So like on gentlemen's pants where they've got the pleat at the front. And yeah, so basically that is a clapper. It is a large, it is probably about 10 inches long, and it's a couple of inches high, 1.5 inches high. It has got weight to it. So and your iron, and basically I don't use it that often. Like I do if I'm doing like anything that's got a pleat in it, or when I'm having trouble with my seam might not be sitting right, I'll hit it with the clapper. I use it all the time for binding. So when I'm making my binding, I basically run the iron along, and I just have this and I drag it up. So basically, yeah, and it's just called a clapper. It's a tailor's tool. It's not a patchworking tool as such, but it's good. It's a handy thing to have. For those that are in Kingaroy, Linda Edwards, and I don't think she's on today, but she may be and just not have commented. Linda Edwards went and seen the guys at the Woodworking Society, and they made her one. This particular one I bought from another group, and I used, the most reason I got this was for the NCW wallet that Emmeline Baggs has, her pattern. The pockets for the credit cards, that's what I used it for, and it just made it so much easier because that's one large piece, and you fold it like you concertina it, and then you put this on, and it just keeps the creases there. So I can sit there and do a heap of pockets for the purses because I sell the NCW, and I can make a heap of pockets and then it's done. So yeah, so basically you can just, well, Biz is saying that she's used wood that absorbs the heat and sets the seam, and her hubby made one out of 2x4. So yeah, and that's pretty much all this is. It's just a heavy, it's got a bit of weight to it. It's been sanded, and this one particular one's been stained, and because I purchased it from a guy that makes them. So yeah, so basically I'm glad my husband didn't swear then when he walked past. Yeah, so basically I wonder, would it work? What do you wonder would work, Mari? This, I use it all the time to make creases and stuff like that. And I also, if I've got a piece of patchwork, so you've got a block and it's not quite, the seam's not quite sitting down once you've put it together, I give it a press and then I sit this on there, like move the seam out. You know how you get like little folds that come over? Basically I press that and then and get that to sit flat, and then I sit this on there. Next week I can do a demo on, I'll sew something up and do a dodgy seam, and I can do a demo on that for those that are wondering about a clapper. But it's, I don't think, Sarah, I don't think it's necessary to buy a press. I think if you use the tools that you've got, you will still have success. Yeah, so that's sort of all I can suggest at the moment. Yeah, I don't use any particular iron. I get very frustrated with the iron that you have because it's up and down all the time. Drives me a little bit crazy. And Mia's got shoes on now. Yeah, so that's basically yeah, what I do. I just not use a normal, and I don't get too hung up on it being absolutely flat. I mean, they're pieces of fabric, they've got a ton of seams into them. It's not necessarily gonna lay flat, and as it relaxes a bit too, like you've just worked with it, and when it relax, like mine, when I did my block way back and I filmed it and all the rest of it, mine sort of had a couple of little bit of ripples in it. I've just hung it up on my design wall, and they're starting to relax now, and you can't see them so much. So if I pressed it now, it'd probably be a lot flatter. So maybe just leave it a day or two and let it relax a little bit, because you've just messed around with it and you've set seams and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, do try the clapper next time and see how you go. And as soon as I've got my press, I'll do a demo. That'll probably take a couple of weeks to get here because I've got to order it in. So as soon as I've got the press, I can do a demo with that and just show you how they work and stuff like that. But yeah, and the clapper is super easy. Like it's just like I'll make a binding and show you how I use it for a binding. I can show you I'll do a dodgy block up and I'll show you how you can use it to get that out. And yeah, and they're mostly just used for creasing and stuff like that. I can even show you some of the pockets. I think I've got some still around that I can show you the pockets, how I use it for that, and it just makes life so much easier. Okay, so Sarah Biz is saying that her sister found an old electric one that weighs a ton. I'm assuming she's talking about a iron. Yeah, like just find anything that's got weight in it. Like some of the irons that I've had, like we use in class, we use these teeny little irons in class because of the power draw. So you can see there, that's how big the iron is. It's a dry iron. I'll just get that to focus. So it's a dry iron. It looks like a toy. It's not. It actually gets quite hot. And we just use these in the class situation because of the power draw. Like if you've got, you can imagine if you've got like 8 irons going, yeah, it makes it a little bit hard. But that's all that we use in class, and we don't have any sort of issue with it. So that's just a, I don't know if you have Birch brand, but this one, yeah, it gets hot, like really hot. I've burnt myself pretty bad with them. Not even thinking in my hands there, and I was like, oh yeah, that's hot. So yeah, and we just use them in class, and we have done all our blocks with those for the last, I think it's a couple of years. We've had them, and I get them from a local supplier here in Australia. So yeah, these are good because you can get them. They got the tiny little point too, so you can get those seams to sit a little bit flatter, and they're easier to open your seams up and all the rest of it. So yeah, if you've got a small one, give that a go and see if that works better than your big one, Sarah. That's the only real suggestion that I can give you at the moment, without having the press here and giving you a demo. But yeah, give that a go. All right, guys, I'm going to have to sign off for now if there's no more questions. Yeah, you do have to remember to plug them in. The only drawback with this one is the leads aren't long enough, and they pop out a little bit. They can pop out from time to time. But you heard me mention Linda Edwards before. She was awesome. She made me these little stands for them. So they sit like that in the class. So all she's done is got some wood, sanded it, cut a couple of squares so one's a bit thinner than the other, whacked a couple of nails into the bottom of it, and then that's the stand. It sits flat, and then the iron just sits on it like that. So yeah, you can see that, and we have them sitting there, and each station has their own iron, and it's shared between 2 people, and basically that's how it sits on the desk. And yeah, so Linda Edwards made me those. Just awesome. They just, because other than that, they don't really stand up very well. They tend to topple because the lead is there. But you can get them to sit without it. But yeah, if you want to make a stand for your little iron, if you find that it doesn't stand up properly or it keeps falling over, that's what we use. Alrighty, on that note, I'm going to have to call it a day. Thank you everybody for joining me. Please do share our group and let's get it growing. Oh, that's right, I did want to cover something on the public while I remembered. So I'm not going anywhere just yet. A few people have asked me about it being, the group being public. Yes, it is public. My question to you guys, and I'm putting it to you guys, do you want me to close the group off? That doesn't mean people can't join. It just means that they can't see our posts. So put your comments down below on whether yay or nay to stay public, or to close the group off. I'm not going to make it secret because then no one will ever find us and the group won't have a chance to grow. But I am happy to take your suggestions for closing the group off. So what that means is that the group still can be found. You won't be able to share content directly from the group, and it also means that people won't be able to see our posts. And considering that sorry, I just had a call come in. Considering that we are about to start show and tell, I thought that some people may felt comfortable so with it being closed as opposed to it being public. So if you can leave a question, leave your answer down below so I can have a look, and if the majority says to close the group off, I will close the group off. And that means then that you will still be able to add people. It just means that Linda and I will have to approve everybody that comes in, and no one will be able to see our posts. And the only reason I was public to begin with is because so many people were wanting to join and adding them and all that sort of stuff. So I am happy to close the group off, and from what I can see, everybody is wanting to close the group. So I will do that after I've got everything sorted and answered everybody's questions if I've missed some. And I will do that as of today, and that way we'll be closed and no one can see what we're doing. But in saying that, yeah, I agree, Mari. It does give me more control over who has access to the content that we have in here. It also helps with copyright and stuff like that, and also people taking my ideas and running with them before I can, because I'm time poor and I'm trying to run a business and all the rest of it. So yeah, so basically I will close. From what I can see there, the majority of people are saying close. I'll leave that for about 12 hours, and then I will close off. I will probably close off the group at say midnight tonight here. So yeah, maybe a bit earlier, 9:30 or something like that. So basically, I think that is just going to make everybody feel a little bit more secure about that. And also once it is closed, then we can also start up the, we can look at doing a birthday list and stuff like that. So we can wish all our members a happy birthday when it is their birthday. So again, happy birthday, Paula. Happy belated birthday to Ellen. And I hope that you all have a fantastic day, and happy crafting and quilting, everybody. And don't forget to check the YouTube channel tomorrow because we have a new crafty project going up. And I will talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.